The magic hand says it's time to speak.
It is
So,
time to speak.
this is a terrible deck. Don't play it. Its name is Spacians. If you play it, you will lose. But you can try anyway, because some of us are fuckboys and know what the real meta is. So, first off, you have to play 2 card cards. If you don't know what this does, fuck off, you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's generic draw power. It is one of the few +1s left in this game, but you need it. So, on top of that, you have to play 2 Flare Scarabs, 2 Aqua Dolphins, and 2 Air Hummingbirds. Aside from Air Hummingbird, the other 2 are just names. If you summon them and try to use their effects, you're bad. Don't worry about it.
Just tell us what they do.
They don't do anything. They sit and cry, okay? They're bad. They're just bad. Don't activate their effects.
Okay.
Air Hummingbird lets you gain 500 life points for every card in your opponent's hand.
Okay.
And life point is your main resource in this deck. You pay them for things.
Okay. So if we aren't ever supposed to summon either of these, why the hell should I even bother playing these cards?
You need more targets for your Convert Contact, and you need more names for your Space Gift.
Okay.
It basically is just there as...
Why don't you play like the fucking Panther,
Because they are even worse.
Okay.
They're absolutely horrible. You can play the Panther and hope they make a Utopia, but other than that, they're just terrible.
Okay.
And because at least the other Neos fusions are somewhat useful.
Okay.
If I have to.
And they're 3s.
Yeah.
They're all 3s. Either way.
Okay.
But so Air Hummingbird is pretty much the only one you're gonna summon, and then your 1 Grand Mole because Konami sucks dick and put it at 1 for no reason.
Just pull them on, put them on the side. Yeah.
All right.
Carry on. Sorry,
Looks like
guys.
this YouTube owner must be a real scrub. He only got 5 packs.
Yeah, I got
Lame.
second. Shut up.
Ah, second. You should get first next time. Play this deck.
Okay, I will.
All right. Then in the deck, I used to play 2 Pathfinders. I'm dumping these as soon as I get to my cards.
What do these do?
You can dump them to add a Neospace from your deck or graveyard to your hand, but you don't need Neospace to win with this deck. You're better off using Wabokus to stay alive until you do win.
Okay.
And I'm gonna dump them for Waboku because I'd rather stay alive. 2 Elemental Hero Neos. These you mostly just want to get into grave because you can Miracle Contact them back to the deck to summon your Neos fusions.
Okay.
You play 2 because for the OTK you have to drop 2 different Neos fusions. So it's easier if you play 2 than to try to hope you have a Foolish Burial in hand to dump the same one. You play 1 Neospace, but you don't because you drop it for Waboku because it's bad.
His own decks are bad.
They are. They're terrible. Despot Necros, man.
Dude.
The new meta.
You actually despotted for game, though.
I did. Multiple times. Fuck you, Spell Canceller. Suck a dick. Alright, don't play Neospace either. Dump this and these fuckboys and play Waboku. It's much better.
That is so cool.
I know. Changing my deck in deck profiles. Legit. 1 Foolish Burial, because obviously a lot of this deck wants to go to grave, so you can shuffle it back and summon stuff. 1 Day, because your monsters are absolute crap and you need to stay alive and you want draws. No joke, you don't have a single monster in deck that you summon over 800 attack points. Well, one that stays on
you should
field
play
anyway.
these. They're 1800.
1800 that won't get over a Dark Claw. You should side your Fusion Conscription so you can search your Grand Mole and get over Dark Claw. No joke. 1 Regeki, because board wipes are good when you're OTKing.
Sure.
And 1 Soul Charge, because it's a 2-card combo that saves your whole deck. It's the only reason you play it.
We have to hope we draw 1-ofs in this deck.
Yeah. But it's okay, because everything else in this deck is draw power.
So 3 upstart?
Yes, obviously. 2 MSTs, side a 3rd. The only thing you're really looking to hit is a Vanity's Emptiness or a Skill Drain.
Does Macro Defuser hurt?
If they flip it early, it does. If not, you're fine. And for that, you'll probably want to side Iron Walls.
Okay.
And possibly side Decrees.
Okay. Do you have a side deck build for this or not yet?
No, not at the moment, because it's terrible. Don't play it.
Don't play it. Not like building a side.
2 Convert Contacts.
What the fuck does that do?
Okay. Okay,
We're supposed to be like
nerds.
20 minutes. We have to
Time to
explain
learn.
every card.
All right, so Convert Contact, you activate it by, you have to have no monsters to play it, so obviously it's a good thing your monsters are scrubs and die easy. So, you discard one Neo-Spacian from your hand, and then you dump one from your deck to the grave, and then you draw 2 cards.
Okay.
So it's very archetype specific, but it's really good draw power for this deck.
It tells you what to play in hand.
I know.
Just
Except that's a terrible hand. If you have Neo-Space, Common Soul, and a Flare Scarab with this, you lose.
Do you even play Common Soul?
What?
Do you even play Common Soul?
No. Common Soul's terrible. I don't play Neo-Space either. We're dumping it, remember?
But isn't this deck terrible?
Yes, but those make it even worse.
Okay.
Alright, 2 Magical Stone Excavations. Once your combo starts going off, you're going to generate so much advantage you don't give a flying fuck about 2 cards in your hand.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, you have a lot of monsters you don't want to summon.
Yeah.
So this is a way to dump them and get back your 1 day and survive.
Right.
No joke. Then the 2 cards that actually make this deck work is the 2 Miracle Contacts.
Woo!
You
So
can
have to
use
draw
this.
these cards or lose.
Well, you're gonna draw your whole deck eventually.
Okay.
Eventually, might take 40 turns, but you'll draw it all.
Okay.
So Miracle Contact, you shuffle back the materials and then special summon any of your Neos fusions from your extra deck, ignoring their summoning condition.
Okay.
Way to camera flare there, jerk. All right. And so basically, your goal is to get 2 Neoses with an Air Hummingbird, 2 Air Hummingbirds, and an Aqua Dolphin engrave. Play these 2. The first one, you make a Storm Neos, nuke the back row. Second one, you make an Air Neos, and you OTK them.
Yeah.
That's your end game. Now, you play 2 Space
So is
Gifts.
that like the main combo of the deck?
Yes, that is the end game.
Okay. That's what
You
you're
could also
pushing
play
for.
Exodia because you draw a fuck ton.
And this.
Alright, Space Gift, you draw a card for each different Neo-Spacian monster you control. And that's the reason why you play so many bad ones, is so you can soul charge out all 4 and then drop a Space Gift to draw 4 cards.
Right.
And odds are you're going to either hit the other Space Gift or you're going to hit a Magical Stone Excavation and
Right.
get the Space Gift back.
Okay.
It's basically chicken game, but bad.
Yeah.
This is something I recently put in, and it's really working, is the 3 Dark World Dealings.
My
Because, again, there's just so many cards you don't want in your hand, and just generic draw power.
favorite. Right.
And it works.
Super.
Yeah, they are supers. It's really nice. 3 Upstart, because this game is degenerate and lets you play cards that let you not play 40. Those work too because when you pump your opponent up, your Air Neos just gets bigger.
Yeah.
So these don't affect your OTK at all.
Sorry, Hoban.
Hoban's bad, okay? Hoban can go suck
Shout
some
out to
nuts.
Patrick Hoban. Ryan thinks you're bad.
Yes, you are. I will wreck you with this deck. Come fight me.
Shout out to Patrick
Hey, side out
Hoban.
your Jin for another Jin. Oh, wait, they're banned because you're a fuckface. All right.
The trash talk.
Rotten bananas, yo. Trash talking. All right, 3 chicken games because this card is so dumb. It keeps you alive as well as paying you down to just get your Air Neos off, and it's draw cards.
Yeah.
It's just too good, and it made the deck work. And then, of course, you have to play Secret Rare Threatening Roars. If you play Commons, you will not see them. You have to play the Secret Rares. They all stack to the top. It's like Necros. Swear to God. But yeah, those keep you alive. And if you activate Wabokus and Threatening Roars, your opponent usually won't kill your chicken game.
Okay.
So you can keep them alive, because they're not going to be able to do damage to you that turn anyway. So they might as well just take the draw and kill it next turn.
And then your 3 will.
Let's see your extra deck.
And then these are 3 Wabokus, because these cards are bad.
Those cards are terrible.
Bad.
Let's see the extra deck.
Alright, so there's a few rank 3s in here. Most of them you will never make. Occasionally you do just to put things back in deck, like Fortune Tune.
Yeah.
If you play Fortune Tune, it's just so you can put some back so you have more convert contact targets, and because you want to stay alive. And gaining life points is good. Zen Mains is just generic removal that you can make,
Yeah.
so you do it. Engineer is the same idea of just staying alive.
Yeah.
And Leviathan Dragon is your new out to Darklaw. Deal with it. Swing over. Swear to God, it works. So these you will mostly not make, but if you do, it's gonna be your game changers.
Okay.
I used to play a Miracle Fusion until I realized how bad it was and stopped playing it.
Yeah.
So this is still sitting in here, but you can still
What would
play
you
the
replace
Miracle
this
Fusion.
with?
I wouldn't.
You just would play 14?
I really only need 2 cards in my extra deck.
Okay. So the rest is
These
just
are just
options?
the rest of it is just extra.
So pretty
stuff.
much you could just fill this with whatever
And you can play the water, the wind, the earth, or the fire for the elemental fusions.
Yeah.
Just because your Neo-Spacians and your Neoses.
Yeah.
And if you open, or if you get to your end hand and you've got 2 Miracle Contacts, a Foolish, and a Miracle Fusion, you can drop the Neos and the Storm and the Air Neos. I can almost speak. And then you can drop one of the Elemental Fusions next to it just to make sure you have game. For the Neos Fusions, I've got the 1 Air Neos. Normally I would play 2 just so I have a backup, but these cards are really hard to find. I just got it like a week ago.
Yeah.
This fucker was there with me.
I was.
$15 for a first day. That's pretty good.
V-Stock coming in clutch.
I know, V-Stock. Pricing like a pro. I swear they check Dueling Network for prices.
We all know how bad that is.
Oh yeah. 2 Aqua Neoses. I have never actually made them, but against decks that need their hand advantage, you can occasionally just drop these. Because off your Soul Charge, you can still just pull out a Neos and make one of these by shuffling them. It's not good, but you can.
Right.
Sometimes you have to. If you can force your opponent to top deck, it might give you a little more chance to beat them. But again, if you're playing this in a tournament, go fuck yourself, you're terrible.
So don't play it.
2 Flare Neoses, same concept of just have a backup. This one I sometimes make if I really need to do a lot of damage on that last turn, and I just set my whole hand so it gains a lot of attack points.
Yeah.
But usually you don't. It's pretty much Storm Neos and Air Neos. That is your win condition. Granmole is the same concept of, like, if they put out a Winda, you'll make this, bounce it, and then drop the Air Neos and swing for game.
Yeah.
And then the 1 Storm Neos, because I don't have a second, but it's a heavy storm on a stick.
Yeah. So basically the main concept of the deck is just get all your stuff engraved and then just activate Miracle Contact.
Your end goal is to get this out, nuke the back row, and then drop this, and swing, game.
And then you just do that by activating these.
Yes.
So you just get all your stuff
And you
engraved
shuffle
and
your
then activate
materials
this.
into the deck.
Alright, cool. Alright, thanks, man. And, we'll...
Thanks, man. That's how you want to end it?
Yeah, because you're
Go
bad.
blow something up. That'll be cool.
Alright, I'll do
that.
it. We'll see you later, guys. Thanks, YouTube.